Alright guys, welcome to a special episode here on Shamrock Collects. And we scrapping the name Shamrock Collects and we're gonna call it Shamrock Please. Yes. For a special video here today, we're gonna do a look at the San Antonio Regionals. I just completed the trip in December and came back then feeling too well, and the Christmas time, New Year's, all of that, and now getting a chance to put together a little video, just share my little experiences with you guys. So let me take it from here. What I plan to do in this video, let me see. What I'll do is kind of just give you guys a tour of the place, show you all what that looks like. I wouldn't get into the nitty-gritty as to how you sign up and how you do all these things. Just share some general videos, photos, and so forth of my experience there in San Antonio, right? So join in, and let's see how that unfolds. And well, of course, your boy had to make a stop in Bucky's, how you mean, and grab a little slushy there, right? Right, so one of the first things that you have to do when you reach to the regionals, here we touched down in San Antonio. Of course, I gone in there from the Friday, because that was the time we had to go and collect we swag, right? They say you could start collecting your swag from Friday. So how the event is that Friday you kind of set up and they might have some little small events and stuff. But the cool thing is that you should go and make sure you're registered properly, get your band on your hand and so forth, so that you could enter the venue no problems, right? Because the competition itself is 2 days, on the Saturday and Sunday if you make day 2, right? So I showed up there on the Friday. Hotel wasn't too far away, so it was like walking distance, and just went in and gone in just to get a layout of the venue and so forth, and I saw the swag collection area, so I just went across and grabbed me my swag, which is, as you could see here, is a mat and this Professor Turo card. And at the time, it was an important card in the meta to pick up any area Pokemon that had some damage counters on it, right? So that's it for the Friday, right? Next I'll talk about the actual day itself, but first the nightlife. Must have a little juice. Right, so here we are now entering, and this is really the vendors on one side, right? So you could see some of those names that you're familiar with. You have Troll and Toad, right? Netty Gaming, and this was actually more or less all the vendors that were present on the day, right? Who's these people here? Next Level. So they had like plushies and cards, they had TCG products, they had some mats and stuff from like Worlds, and super expensive for those items. You can see Full Grip over there, had some plushies as well as some vintage cards, and then Top Cut in the corner there, right? So that's on one side. Let me just call that the right hand side, right? Not too far from there, you see the first starter deck. That's for like folks who want to learn and stuff. They have a bunch of cards there, so you could actually go and they'll teach you how to build decks and stuff, if folks interested. And you could kind of play for free. Right on my right hand side here, these are where the side events take place, right? And what side events are is that you buy tickets for like $5 each, and you could enter different side events. Mostly if you don't make day 2, you come here and play side events and you get points, and if you win you get more points, and then you go on the prize wall there and you collect your stuff, right? I'll show you at the end of the video some of the stuff I get. But here is the swag pickup, where yesterday on the Friday I would have gone collected my mat and my card, right? So this is the prize wall here. After you play side events, you get points, and you basically come here and you redeem them. So I'll show you some of the stuff I got when I did my side events. So basically didn't make day 2, but I was able to play some side events and win some cool stuff, right? Alright, this area here now, this is where the the VGC and the Pokemon Go players, they will have their stuff here. Right now, I can't remember. It have green cloth, blue cloth, and some other color. But essentially, this is for folks to put their Switch and for the VGC. And I believe, I want to say the green one is Pokemon Go, but I'll correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, right? Where the guys will come and they will do their games over here, right? And now this is the left hand side of the building where you have all the streaming, right? So you have one for Pokemon Go, one for VGC, and this one down in the corner here is where the TCG takes place. So all the streaming happens there, and as you can see, you have a little small audience trying to grab some seats early o'clock, right? So yeah, take a walk again, walk around these people here. Tables there for Pogo or VGC or something, but assume at all them codes is a VGC, right? Yeah. Right, so we're going again. I believe coming up on my right hand side here, this is where all the interviews this take place, right? So that is where Boo and them this be. You sit down on the couch and you do your interview, right? Let me go again. Over here, this is where you bring your match slips, right? So when you're playing a game, the judges and they will come and drop your match slip, and after the game you take how much you win, and the two folks sign it up and you come here and drop it, right? You also could come here and get your pairings, right? But imagine 2,000 people coming at the same time to try and find manually printed out pairings. So the best thing to do is to get some internet and use the app, and just when they call for the rounds, you more or less just go check your rounds, find your table, and come up. Right, so on your right, just before there, you would have seen where you drop off the TCG match slips, right? And these tables here that are going through now, these are all the people playing the TCG. So you could see the large scale of this place and how much people actually participating in the TCG, right? Right, and you could see is young, old, boy, girl, animal, place thing, everybody under the sun participating. Really large numbers turned out here. Yeah, some fellas running a little game there, you could see. And this guy getting ready for VGC here, right? So let me see what the last number gonna be.
Alright, trading card and video game masters, both video game and trading card game masters. Your pairings are now available for round number 1 online on your arcanine.gg player dashboard. There are also paper copies available at the stages with the match slip banners. If you are a trading card game master, that stage has the white match slip banners closest to the entrance where you entered the room this morning. If you are a video game master, you are looking for the pink match slip banners in the middle of the room. Both trading card and video game masters, please find your seats for round number 1.
Right, so that number was 966 tables to show you how large the event was, right? So 966, that's what 1,932 players would have been playing in this event, and it was quite an experience. So what I'll do, just to tidy up the video and close off in the end here, I'll just give some reflections and just tell you what my experience was, and just highlight some of these things that I thought that would considering if folks are to ever attend a regional, just from my experience, right? But first things first, can you spot the Trini? Right, so how did I do? It wasn't good. It was not really a good showing by myself in this tournament. I would say I severely underestimated the entire tournament, from getting ready, the preparation, I guess to an extent, what really is 9 rounds best of 3. What really does that mean on your physical body as well as your mental state as well. So really and truly, I would say first things first is not to underestimate the size of a regional, right? So I had the wrong idea, which was, hey, on vacation, it so happened that close by to this regional, so might as well jump in, right? Yeah, don't do that. While it's a nice experience, really would advise folks to prepare properly and get the advice, get all the training done, test your deck, and have all that good stuff. So what I'd advise is like go up in groups with folks who come into play as well, right? That gives you the best opportunity to perform. So yeah, back to how did I do? I ended up with 3 wins. My wins came in round 5, round 6, and round 8, right? So I ended up with 3 wins. I had 4 losses and 2 draws. So all in all, if you combine my wins and my draws, it kind of a little bit like 1 across the losses, right? But still, that's not really a good stats to finish on. But I'll take my wins. I'll take my draw. My draws, my two ties there, right? My first game, actually, I was a little too excited. I played Gardevoir, of course, and as we know, that deck takes a bit. It's a bit technical, and big up to all the folks on the local scene community. I did get advice and guidance from a lot of folks that helped me prepare. So really big up to those guys. Not gonna call any names, just who you are. Big up to you guys, right? And that Gardevoir deck on my first game, I was able to actually win game 1. And yeah, it took a while. It was against Shen Pao deck actually, and I think I was playing Greninja, and won the first game. And the guy ended up scooping when it had like 2 prize cards left, and we went into game 2. And what I underestimated was seeing that as best of 3, and after best of 3 they do turn 0 to 3, and then they announce the winner, right? So I kind of either forgot or wasn't really paying attention from turn 0 to 3, and when time was called, I kind of dropped my wings, right? And lo and behold, I see a Greninja on the board, and I forget to put down my mana fee, and the guy just do what he had to do, drop on some energy and deal with 2 of my rolls, right? So yeah, it was a bad misplay, and what was heading to be a win ended up being a draw because he won the second game now with that turn 0 to 3. So yeah, something like that, that could have easily been a win for me, and started off the thing on a good note, right? But all in all, nice experience, nice learning. I think I needed more time to define what deck I wanted to play, because I ended up switching between Miraidon and a couple others, and then ended up choosing Gardevoir only a couple days before flying out. So yeah, that has some learnings there, right? The next thing I'll talk about is the endurance to play 9 rounds. We are accustomed doing like 3 rounds, 4 rounds in our local scene, but really and truly 9 rounds is significant, almost an hour for each round, and it takes a toll on you, both physically and mentally. So we need to prepare for that. The other bit was the internet and the parents, right? So I think earlier in the video I showed where you could go and see your parents, but I just also showed you there were almost 2,000 people trying to go there at the same time to find out their parents. So the easiest thing to do is to use the app, and it will show you your parents. However, inside of the venue, it wasn't really getting that good of internet or data. So you actually had to leave the venue and go out into the lobby area to get internet or data, as I had a data sim on my phone to do that. And every time you get your parents now, it's study how to keep refreshing, and you had to walk back in and show your band to come back into the venue, while you rush frantically to go find your table, while 2,000 people trying to find your table as well, right? So it's a bit, you kind of lose your focus a bit just trying to get around the logistics. So I think that could be daunting initially. So just prepare for that, actually, right? The next thing is food, washrooms, water. So it's a balance between food, washrooms, and water, right? So again, that's 2,000 people just for the TCG, right? Imagine you have Pogo and VGC as well, plus spectators and so forth. around, right? And there's a lunchtime at the same time for everybody, and there's only one place that was selling food. Now that was chaos, right? So you can't go in there and and expect like 2,500 to 3,000 people to get food in 1 hour time. So what you do is, and this was advice I got before, is and thank God I did it, so really appreciate that, is you grab some stuff, pack a little bag, have like some little nature valleys, some little fruits and so forth, and carry a little 1 or 2 bottle of water, right? So you eat that along the way, and you just try to maintain your food intake, right? Because when your stomach start to grumble, it's pressure in the scene, right? In terms of washrooms as well, to play in a deck that carries, like Gardevoir, carries you down to the wire, you don't really finish a game early. And when the round call, everybody rushing to use the washroom. So there were 2 washrooms, one to the, I want to say, north and south of the venue. And as well, when the round finish, there's a big line to go into the washroom. So you also have to balance how much water you drink. So it's not seeming like something major, and it may be sounding trivial, but on a serious note, it actually is something to consider, right? The other bit is just prepare. Preparation is the key thing to going forward into regionals, right? The other stuff, what else? Oh, right, here's some photos of the medals themselves. I was able to get up close to it and take some photos in the case here, so enjoy that. These are the medals for the winners, obviously, for the different types events. And of course, I promised to show you guys the side event stuffs, right? So one of them is this coin here, this San Antonio Regionals coin. It is pretty heavy. You could literally knock out somebody with this thing here. And the other one was this t-shirt that I was able to get, right, and a side event. So I played these on the Sunday and was able to get these 2, we call it swag bling, whatever you want to call it, right? And that's it. So all in all, I'd like to say thanks for tuning in and taking in this video. I know it's a bit long, but I think I needed to do one to show my experience and talk about it. Right, what I'll do is I'll leave you guys with some little clips and photos of some of the things I did other than the regionals. So enjoy the light show, and this is Shamrock Collects / Shamrock Plays, and I will see you guys in the next one.